My mother was a very good tennis player. She and a friend were playing tennis in Griffith Park that morning of December 7th. So my grandfather and his youngest daughter walked up to Griffith Park to watch my mother and her friends play. He remembers taking my aunt to the zoo, the Griffith Park Zoo there, and looking at the animals and feeling so sorry for the animals that were caged up. Upon returning home, the news of Pearl Harbor was spreading throughout the community, and being one of the community leaders, he immediately went to Little Tokyo at this meeting. The meeting was broken up by police and FBI, and some people were arrested at the meeting and others were allowed to go home. And he was allowed to go home. Upon getting home to Hollywood, he walked in the front door and there were two FBI agents sitting in the living room waiting for him to arrest him. He hadn't had dinner. He asked if I could have dinner first, and they said no. So my grandmother gave him a glass of milk. That's all he had. He went to Justice Department, the jail downtown, spent the night sleeping on the floor. From there, he was transferred to federal prison in Terminal Island, and from there he was sent to Tuna Canyon. But in looking back on his life, the things that he did and accomplished was very meaningful to me, especially going through the prejudice of the time. We were lucky as a family to be able to retain the home, but then again, they lost so much. The family was spread out throughout the United States because of the war, and one of our uncles was killed in 442nd. One of the things I do remember is letters that my grandfather had written to the, I guess it was called the War Department at the time, and he was asking for if he and my grandmother would be able to go to France to visit my uncle's grave. And because he said, well, we have no money, we can't afford it, but you know, my son died and for the country. And you know, of course, it was rejected. And I don't know how he reacted to that, but I'm sure it was kind of crushing because he was never able to go visit my uncle's grave. He's a good person, very good person. And every time I make the tororo, I think my grandfather.